All Sierra Leonean citizens have the right to access quality services in education, in health, in water and in energy wherever they are in the country.
So for kick off the program, we would like for always remind people that waiting at this SABI program. Waiting the SABI program they're all about. And for this we will turn to Fanta Dabo for make you explain to we a little bit waiting at this SABI program.
Okay, me fambo them. SABI done in this country from 2016, and the main aim of SABI now for make we support and work together with citizens and make sure we able for influence and improve service delivery. SABI they work with different stakeholders them around, and we don't make sure we they inspire communities, inspire the citizens for letting able for engage with the service providers and able for know about their rights and entitlement. What are the basic services around health, education and social protection, so that as community then will come together for see how best then we're able for resolve some of these challenges with the around them services them. And if they're not able for do it, then we're able for engage with the service providers that we are the government. For example, like the local council, we get also the in charges then at PHU level, the MDAs. So so this now waiting SABI there about for see how service providers and service users then will interface and able for make sure we improve service delivery issues around health, education and social protection in Sierra Leone. And SABI they now all the districts in Sierra Leone. So we don't implement this program now all the 16 districts of Sierra Leone, and a huge, and over the years we don't do a lot of things, and we don't see plenty changes there as a result of we interventions, but others also go come in and talk around that. And the SABI na a consortium of partners come together. So like the SABI not like a one person, a consortium with the UK Aid, the DFID na them fund this particular program, and Christian Aid na the lead for the consortium. So like now them be they in charge of making sure this SABI program go before better one. But Christian Aid not go able for doing alone. So we also get other consortium partners them. We now one of them now restless development. Then self be there with we tight one. Then work at community level for able make sure then mobilize and work with community people at that level. But now they also don't come as implementing partner. Then we also get SDD direct, social development direct. Then self be there with we, and then get a representative with being like a contact person to the SABI team in Sierra Leone. We like them to provide technical support around with gender equality and social inclusion work, because SABI be so focused and centered around that. But one for make sure what would they implement? Nobody not left behind. All man they inside, all man involved. So SDD then be give that kind technical support for able make sure able for deliver that than the fine one. And SABI we also do work with other CSOs and local partners, I mean Sierra Leonean organizations. So these Sierra Leonean organizations, because we believe then they with them people, then they are the grassroots, the understanding community. So then be there now the front line for able make sure they engage constructively. So yeah, so one of the implementing partners we will be get now Focus 1000, we then they at the national level, and we also get SLUDI. We then serve within a Freetown, and the work for make sure we able for engage the relevant stakeholders them for improved service delivery. And at district level, we been get different organizations there for different region. We been get RADA now the southern region, so that then we cover all the districts then at the southern region, and we get SEND, we then cover for the east and western area. So all the districts then at the eastern region and western area, SEND Sierra Leone be in charge of that, and SLAV then be in the northern part of Sierra Leone. So SLAV serve north and northwest. of Sierra Leone. So then we cover all of that. Then we get the grantees, then civil society organizations, who then come in at some point in time for able for ensure say we able for cover some of the gaps that we would identify during the program. So we get Dada, we been the implement na Bombali and Cambia districts on a revenue mobilization. Then we work with the district council, the paramount chiefs, them community stakeholders, chiefdom stakeholders for ensure say they're able for see how they're able for generate revenue for support council for improve on their service delivery. Then we also get code SAPA where NSF be the implement na free time, but then you area where them work on it be don't complete, and like I be some will get slowly with NSF in a free time. So these now the different partners will come together for able make sure say we deliver the SABI program na Sierra Leone.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Madam Fanta, that's talking of no bad. Now, fine talk you talk so, because most of the time people when they can hear about the SABI program, they can get a human understanding, and I particularly like when you talk about the fact that no one left behind. SABI they engage everybody for make sure say everybody contributes to. So the kind of accountability we want inside service delivery. So now we'll move on to Mr. Santige. Instead of now one person within your organization slowly we also don't become involved inside the SABI program. We will let it tell you small thing about the SABI journey. Like Usai SABI work starts and then Usai don't day now.
Thank you very much, Prince. I think this is a very long journey. Like within my sister say Fanta. Say this journey starts from 2016 to now, so it tells you that we don't take about 4 years in this big journey. And this big journey really they look at really how to bring Sierra Leoneans together for let themselves know exactly as a citizen waiting them for the do. To be specific, say person way they find always they talk for us. So Sabine at the program we come with a different style, and the sense you say for able for talk for yourself. Bring in the market woman, then bring in the traders, you know, community, them all me, you disabled person. So you self able for know exactly waiting at your basic rights, waiting them for you and waiting yourself for able for do for your own community. And he also looked at SABI make it very possible for say, them politicians when they don't elect in a certain position, say you can agree with me, say for let them go na them place this thing heart. So SABI na a program where make sure say if they take them politicians and take them go to the people and then people are able to talk to them, so they begin get that interaction. Then self begin know exactly waiting they elect them for and waiting they say for do na the young community. And one key thing where I think say we as Sabina the team they do also now for inspire citizens them. Inspire them in the sense for we get that change in whatever we do. The change you change for somebody in life. You change the environment. You change the elected representative based on what they do. So then they make people and begin feel say yes, myself na Sierra Leonean. Because the basic thing is for me, I think say now for let you feel as a Sierra Leonean say yes, me as Sierra Leonean, how me say don't contribute na my own little corner. How I do able for engage the one who me the one I don't vote for say now this and this for do. I think this is the journey we they look at for see how they inspire Sierra Leonean, let you be informed what you do, how you go able for talk to you elected representative, how you self go able for no say now this is your responsibility and change the society as a whole. And so this journey, it's like I say, it's very big, and we get to own different way how we really make it do because where you engage. Then people and then you get us different. You get your strategy where you they take exactly how you they use for engage. Then you people also. So one way they do now for see how they able for tap into the experience of them people also because when you go to a particular environment, you obviously they meet somebody. In your expertise There's no monopoly in knowledge. You know, we say they can work on disability. You just think say they go call any other person and can work on that. So one thing we SABI they do now for tap on the experience of certain people and say, yes, now you experience this on disability, now you experience this on women issues. So you bring everybody on board. So now one thing and the way SABI may they look at that kind of strategy they may they use, and also the SABI also they look at how they support and strengthen national districts and local council institutions there. Thereby, you get different sectors that they work with. So if you don't work with the community, you also looked at the local council perspective there on board. So they also look at how they bring in the local governance structure inside, and also how to bring also the government part of Idana, the state, how they also engage the state in everything that they do. Another strategy also we this SABI project we look at now for also see how they go for support community in terms of accountability and work with networks, because when you go now then sign it, if you say you are left then particular network then it tells you definitely you are bound to fail. And one thing on the way SABI they always look at you need any way you go, you need to create that impact. So you work with network, you work with the community people and let them also be accountable. So how you do you also as that community person, they make sure say you want for let that state person be accountable, so also they want let yourself be accountable. So it's a twin track approach SABI may they look at. And we also SABI also may they look at how for address the barriers them we they prevent citizens from they effectively engage service providers there. Service providers and the one they will definitely where they bring something, where they do something at your community, like the nurses, you understand, the doctors, you as the district medical officers. So those service providers them, will they see how their citizens them, they empower them, because not all things go able for no, being that then a lane person, because now community level really they look at. So SABI they look at how they go empower that person and tell you exactly how you for all that service provider they into accountability form. And another approach we SABI may they look at also, now for say how they go able for work with the service providers them also, and also raise the awareness of people their rights in terms of entitlements to services. So it brings Daniel they tell you about say if somebody want to do anything, the awareness is not there. Even some service providers they need to know exactly how they for work with the community people there. So that's not something also we may look. And also one thing I like in the SABI is the change story aspect of it. So you go to this community, waiting at the changes where you don't make, waiting at the reforms where you don't make for changing this person from one state to another, waiting at the thing where this service provider normally they do, but because you don't get engagement with the people now this you don't begin do now. So you see that positive change, not for just go you say I don't do something and commodity. So SABI may they look at how we forget a change story to the positive aspect of it, where you go see this person you know me even for know how for right project. But SABI gets a way how you go able for training people and then self able for write that small project and send out to the service providers and for letting self able for do something in certain perspective. And also SABI also to look at one key thing. It say if we bring the participation of the women, young person, and also persons with disability. These are the most vulnerable people in our society we can think of. So if it tells you say you get a program which they bring all those facets of people it tells you it surrounds everything in the country. You don't look at the community, you don't look at the service provider, look at the state, the local council, and that's only going to be effective when you get the most vulnerable people in our society able for the part of them processes and they allow them for be engaged in them different sectors and they. So it's about inclusion and participation, where Mrs. Sami they talk about the social inclusion, the JC project where they look at everybody for come on board. So that was very unique way I think SABI may they do. We even that's not the thing, now the tendency we bring in the union disability issue for bringing the persons with disability, and it's a part of the process. So we self may able for go out and engage different stakeholders and for know waiting we self want na certain side, and especially in the implementation of the Persons with Disability Act. And lastly, I think this SABI project they look at the lessons learned and the knowledge where everybody do acquire. Waiting we think say we made to now when that the lesson in the world lands, and that will take we forward for know exactly if one for the other thing we go start and we go take them from. I think these are some of the strategies that we SABI made to do for make sure so we're able to achieve to these 4 years.
Thank you, Santigi, for that wonderful explanation. Now we'll go over to Elizabeth for let's say up more on the same thing. What things SABI they do?
Okay, mi fambul them wanna ado again. So I think say bokugo they wonder waiting as SABI. SABI na acronym like what you say na just like everybody know now so you say SABI meaning you for no. So now from that concept they we pull this word SABI. But SABI actually stand for strengthening accountability and building inclusion. So where SABI come, Santigi be they talk about the journey. So me say we just want to more this small. Where SABI come, it mean this kind plain surface we nothing all the day. Where the people them na the community they just believe say past government get for provide everything before them take action or before them get in service system. And the government back there they say, well, we not get enough resources, so we're not able to forgive everybody. So now it make the poverty and the boku services the way they not be the go right now the country. But where SABI come, he say no, not so this for happen. So what till we do? We believe say if you SABI what you for know, then they don't already solve the problem. So we can with the knowledge, you give the people them say, okay, now the sense is what we can give una. So SABI gives sense to people them at the community level, from the village, from the community to the district to the national. So not to like one person they work this SABI work here, because everybody relevant. Now it's about building inclusion. So from that community we don't already identify say everybody significant. Now it make the program, it create opportunity for women them, for people them what we call disabled them, for picking a young people them, because we believe say them people they not get nothing for offer in a society. Now be the perception this way everybody get a Sierra Leone. But them people that they get significant impact where they create. Then self get a role for play. Then self voice matter. So we Sabika is say nobody not for left behind. So therefore if we they engage in meeting, if we they all meeting at community level, woman them for they because them voice matter. Now then they know how they run the community, how they run their host them. If people the way they get disability, whether now any kind of form of disability now, then self voice matter. They be don't left behind na streets. But SABI can enroll them or they make their life then relevant. And then self make significant impacts in communities then now as we talk. So SABI can it don't make tremendous it don't play a role where like not only the community benefits, not only the district don't benefit, but even at national level, we they come talk about and they wherein we MTS them also they don't benefit from this project, and then they don't lead to improve services in the area of health, education, and also social protection.